So now we will see objects in JavaScript. So guys, basically objects in JavaScript helps us to represent something with multiple properties. So this we are going to check with the help of examples as well. So as you can see, this is one of the examples that you can create a JavaScript object for. So basically you can define the person that can have a name as well as age and then gender as well, and many other properties based on the requirement of the project. And guys, this is the syntax. As you can see, we can use the const keyword or the let keyword as well, followed by the name of the object over here, and then followed by the equal to operator. After this we have the curly braces, inside which we can have the key value pairs over here. So basically we have field 1, which is one of the keys, followed by the colon over here, and then on the right hand side we have the value for that particular field name, and then followed by comma we have the second field name and the second value for that particular field too, followed by comma, and then we have the third key value pair over here. So guys, basically inside the open and close curly braces we will be having the key value pairs which will define the objects in JavaScript. So guys, these objects in JavaScript will help you in order to create complex projects and also to read data in JSON format in JavaScript. So guys, let us check this with the help of examples in VS Code over here. So simply we are going to create a new file in this case. So as you can see, we have created the objects.js file over here. Now guys, what we will do is simply we are going to define the person object in this case with 3 different properties, that is name, age and gender over here. So guys, first of all we will use the const keyword in this case, followed by the object name, that is person over here, followed by the equal to operator, and then we have the open and close curly braces over here. Now guys, simply we can provide the key value pairs in this case. So first of all we provide the first key, that is name, followed by colon, and then let us say the person name is Peter in this case. So simply we provide the value as Peter on the right hand side. Now guys, simply we provide the comma after providing the first key value pair in order to provide the second key value pair. So let us say we have another field, that is age over here, and then again we are going to provide the value for this particular field. So since age is going to be a number, we need not have to provide the number inside the single or the double quote over here. So simply we will provide the number without the quotes. So let's say the age of Peter is 20. So we have provided the value of 20 to the right hand side of the age field over here. After this we need to provide another property, that is gender. So simply we provide comma, and then again we provide the left hand side as the gender field name, followed by colon, and then simply we provide the gender, that is male in this case, inside the single or the double quote since this is a string. So guys, in this way you can define the key value pairs inside the object name that you have defined over here. Now guys, after the last property that you have defined, it is not necessary to provide the comma, but before the last property all the other key value pairs or the properties must have the comma at the end, or else there will be a syntax error that will be thrown by VS Code. So if we remove this comma from the second key value pair, so as you can see we are getting the error now. It says comma expected over here. So guys, in this way you need to provide the comma after each key value pair over here. So now since we have created the object, that is person in this case, we can access the properties of this person by using this name, that is person over here. So guys, let us check that as well, how we can access the object properties. So simply we are going to provide the console.log statement, and then over here we will say name of person is, and then in order to print this name, that is Peter over here, we need to use the object name, that is person, followed by the dot character, and then we have the name property over here. So how do we do that? So first of all we provide the dollar symbol since we are inside the string literal over here as far as the console.log statement is concerned, and then after the dollar symbol we provide open and close curly braces, inside which we provide the object name over here, which is person in this case, followed by the dot character, and then as you can see all the properties are getting listed over here. First of all we have the age property, then we also have the gender property and the name property as well. So since we want to print the name of the person, we will access this particular property, that is name over here. So person.name will help us in order to print this particular name, that is Peter this time. So let me just save this file now and try running this code on the terminal. So we will use the node command followed by the name of the file, that is objects.js file. file over here. So as you can see, name of person is Peter. So in this way, you can use the object name that you have defined over here and then followed by the dot character and then the name of the property in order to access the property of any object that you have created. Similarly, we can access the age and gender of the person as well. So simply we will say age is followed by dollar symbol and then again we will use the name of the object that is person over here followed by dot and then age, that is the property. We will say years and then we will say gender is followed by dollar and then again we will say person followed by dot and then we have the gender property over here. Let me just save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, name of person is Peter and then on the second line we have age is 20 years and gender is male in this case. So guys, whatever values we have provided to the properties of the objects over here, we can access them by using the object name over here followed by the dot character and then the property name as well. Now guys, what happens if we don't use the object name in this case? So let us check that as well. So if we don't provide the person object name and simply we provide the name over here, as you can see there's a strike through in this case. That's because VS Code also checks from its side whether this particular variable is present or not. Let me just save this file now and let us see what will happen if we run this code. So when we run this code, as you can see, we are getting the error now, name is not defined. So guys, it is trying to access another variable which is not defined over here. So it is expecting that name must be another variable in this case apart from the person object, since this particular name property is inside the person object. So in order to access the name property that is present inside the person object, we have to use the person object name over here. So simply we have to use the person followed by dot and then only we will be able to access the name of that particular person. So if we run this code once again over here, now we will be able to print the name of that particular person. Now guys, apart from this, we can also define the functions inside the object. So basically, so far we have seen what are the properties that we can define over here. Now let us say if we want to define another object that will help us in order to print all these details of the person. So what we will do is, again after the gender is equal to male property, we have to provide comma and then simply we will provide another function. In this case, we will give it the name as display over here followed by colon, and this time we have to use the function keyword over here, since the display is going to be the function inside the person object which we are going to call from outside of this function. So guys, simply for this function keyword, we will provide open and close parenthesis over here and then inside the curly braces we will simply provide the log statement. So over here what we will do is we will say name is followed by the name, that is dollar symbol followed by open and close curly braces. Now guys, since we are inside this particular person object, simply we can use the property that is name over here which needs to be prefixed with the this keyword. So let us check that how we can use it. So if we simply provide the name property over here and we select this particular name property, you can see that this keyword is getting used over here and it is being put in our code with the help of the VS Code suggestion. So guys, this is very important. Basically this keyword is referring to this particular person object this time, so that it is able to access the name of that particular specific person over here. And then similarly we want to access the age and gender as well. So after the name we will say age is followed by dollar symbol and then again we will say this followed by dot and then we have age over here followed by the years and then we will say gender is followed by dollar symbol and then again we will say this dot gender over here. So guys, basically we are printing all the properties, that is name is followed by the name property, then we have the age and then we have the gender as well. Now it is just a matter of calling this particular display function from outside of this particular object. So guys, what we will do is, let me just comment out these lines of code over here and then after this simply we are going to use the person object name followed by dot and now you can see that we have the display function as well. So basically it is the function which is not going to return anything. It is also not taking any parameters over here. So simply it is going to print this particular statement with the properties inside the person object. So simply we are going to use this particular function name followed by open and close parenthesis. That's because we are calling the function in JavaScript. So guys, let me just save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, name is Peter followed by age is 20 years and then gender is male. So this particular statement is getting printed simply by providing the statement inside the display function over here and calling that display function outside of the object name. So guys, in this way you can simply define the properties for the objects as well as you can define the function that is going to complete a certain task for that particular object as well inside the object. While providing the function definition, this is the syntax. First of all, we need to provide the function name followed by colon, and then we need to tell the interpreter that this is going to be a function instead of the normal value that we had provided previously for the properties. And since we are providing this function keyword over here, the interpreter comes to know that this particular name, that is display in this case, is going to be a function which will be called by using the open and close parenthesis and using the name of the object. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to the channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. I'll see you in the next video in which we are going to talk about object methods in JavaScript. So stay tuned.